Hello, welcome back to another Bolts analysis. I'm your host Chris as we look at the Tampa Bay Lightning and the rest of the NHL. And I would love to be able to say that our winning streak is alive and kicking at 12. Nope, it got to 11 and then it stopped. Tampa Bay Lightning lose 5-3 against the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas. Not the worst thing that could happen to us. You learn more in defeat, yada yada. But there were some things about this result that really stank, and we need to sort. First one, I'm sure a lot of people have already made this point. Kucherov, we love you, but please stop doing turnovers like that. Don't do that when we're doing a line change, because the second you lost it, Vegas were able to get forward. We weren't ready. That made it 3-2. That started to kill us off, but he's not the main culprit. Point 2. Braden Coburn. It might be time to hang up the skates. You're getting old, my friend. It's nothing personal. It happens to the best of us. But if you're getting muscled off the puck within the first 10 seconds of a period, leading to Vegas scoring and making it 4-2, then that's not good. And if you're then, contributing to Vegas scoring a fifth goal barely more than 30 seconds later, then that's even worse. And if your points contribution has gone from 23 last season to 2 this season, then I think we know where your career is going. It's not nice to say, but maybe hang up the skates. If not this year, then next. However, it wasn't all bad. I like the fact that our power play got clicking last night against Vegas. Stamkos looked good. 2 power play goals for him. I like the fact that we didn't give up. I like the fact that we sort of, didn't get embarrassed. And I like the fact that sort of, if we were going to lose to anyone in this particular sort of run, we were going to lose to someone good. Vegas are good. Good team, the top of the Pacific. They've got talent. They shouldn't really have been in a situation where their coach should have been fired. I think they'll be fine in terms of making the playoffs. Whether they will get to another Stanley Cup final, whether they go out in round 1, difficult to say. I think consistency needs a bit of work, but other than that, Vegas, fair play. There's not many teams that put 5 goals past us. Moving on, in terms of the standings, wasn't a terrible night, actually, in terms of how results affected us. Yes, we're probably going to fall further behind Boston, and yes, Toronto got a little bit closer to us, but Toronto, despite beating Pittsburgh 4-0 and beating them very impressively, not just the scoreline, the whole performance was good, they're still 13 points behind us, and Florida are still 15 points behind us because somehow the Panthers lost 5-4 against the Los Angeles Kings, who, I will remind you, are the second worst team in the NHL. The only team worse than them this year is Detroit, by quite some distance, but still. That's a result that should hurt if you're a Panthers fan, because you made the progress, you got yourself into third, and yes, Toronto briefly sort of knocked you out, but you would have gone back in with a win last night. Couldn't get it done. Couldn't tighten up the defence. Once again, it's the Achilles heel for the Panthers. It's the thing that seems to be the difference between making the playoffs and, sitting just outside going, mission failed, we'll get them next time. Other than that, it's quite entertaining to watch the wildcard race unfold. It keeps twisting and turning. Columbus are back in, but they will be disappointed, I think, with how it ended last night against Philly, because they were 3-1 up at home, and did get an overtime point, but losing 4-3 in overtime to one of your metropolitan rivals, I don't think you should be happy with that. And also, that continues the losing streak. They've lost 7 now, whether it's in regulation or overtime. And I'm pretty sure Philly also won the sort of series, as it were. They beat Columbus 4 times out of 4, and Philly look pretty good now in terms of where they are. I think Washington lost to Montreal, which is a slightly surprising result. Not that it sort of really gives Montreal much chance of getting into the World Cup races, but there we are. In terms of games tonight, sort of moving on, there's not really anything, I guess, that affects us too much. I mean, Boston can go 5 points clear of us if they beat Calgary. which I would have thought they would. And other than that, it's not a huge amount that sort of affects the division. I guess Carolina, New York Rangers is kind of an important game in terms of the wildcard race. And we might see the first team being eliminated from the playoff race tonight because the New York Islanders are hosting the Detroit Red Wings. And I'm pretty sure if Detroit don't win, that is them mathematically eliminated. Although, to be honest, that's been a long time coming if you're a Red Wings fan. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in for this one. We're away again to Arizona on Saturday night, and hopefully we can bounce back. But until then, remember, if Cooch starts going and trying to do it all by himself, maybe hold on the line change.